Who's the man? Pac's the Man in Pac-Man Collection for your Game Boy Advance, which includes 4 different Pac-Man games: the original Pac-Man, Pac-Man Arrangement, Pac-Attack, and Casey Munchkin Strikes Back. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be great, though? Pac-Man Arrangement is the star with Clyde, Pinky, Inky, Blinky, and Kinky. He's into some weird stuff, that ghost. Alright, I just ate Kinky, did drugs, and I'm going to chase that with pineapple. Pretty much the best weekend ever here in Pac-Man Arrangement. 50 Shades of Yellow for the win. While Pac-Man Arrangement steals the show, and I'll get back to that in a moment, Pac-Attack is a very cool puzzle game like Tetris or Columns, starring Pac-Man. I actually reviewed this years ago for the Game Gear. And if you like Tetris or Columns or any other block-dropping puzzle games, you might love this. It's actually very cool. I personally don't like these kinds of games very much. I suck at them because I'm an idiot, and I'd rather play Pac-Man Arrangement. Or even the original Pac-Man, which we'll take a look at here on the Game Boy Advance SP, where the game gives you 2 options. You can do this horrible scrolling option, which is always terrible for Pac-Man because you can never see where the ghosts are. And then when you put it into the full screen mode, it's like way too small for Pac-Man. But, you know, it gets the job done in a pinch. There's no replacement for an actual Pac-Man arcade machine except for maybe Clean Sweep on the Vectrex, which is, well, also very cool. And it's on the Vectrex. Sadly, this is not, but it is on the Game Boy Advance, which is one of my favorite handhelds. Pac-Man Collection is super cheap, and it comes with Pac-Mania, which is like 90s 3D Pac-Man. There was a movie theater near me as a kid that had this back in the day. I never really liked it all that much. So Pac-Man can jump, and he's surrounded by Legos. It's just not nearly as good as the original Pac-Man, but I've got this on Sega Genesis, and we'll be reviewing Pac-Mania as a standalone game soon. But once again, I'm taking time away from Pac-Man Arrangement. Let's get back to the star of the Pac-Man Collection, Kinky and Pac-Man. Are we sure that Kinky isn't Ms. Pac-Man in disguise? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm saying what everybody's thinking. Or at least what I'm thinking. It's so hard to play Pac-Man without the drugs after playing Pac-Man with the drugs. And in all seriousness, I'm a huge fan of this. I love Pac-Man Arrangement. I like what they've done with this game. It's like a rough draft for the Pac-Man Championship editions, but not quite as fast. As you may have noticed, they added a pill into the middle of the playfield, which does various things to Pac-Man. Sometimes he turns into 2 Pac-Mans, he sees double, speeds up, locks all the ghosts in their little ghost house, and more. I love the different maze designs, the speed-up pads, which I think they did bring over to Pac-Man Championship Edition. This is a great remix of Pac-Man. And this alone makes the Pac-Man Collection worth buying for your Game Boy Advance. Also, I like Pac-Attack. I mean, I don't really like it because I don't like puzzle games, but I like that it exists. And I think it plays well if you're into those. So, like most Pac-Man things, I highly recommend this, and I have a classic game room shout out and thank you going to my man Mark and his wife Suzanne in East Meadow, New York. All hail Truxton. Thank you, Mark. Come on, if you like Pac-Man, you're gonna love this. I'm not sure what else this is on, though. I mean, obviously it's on the Blue Pill, but beyond that, the Pac-Man Collection is Game Boy Advance, so it's great on the Game Boy Advance SP, but I'm actually playing it here using the Retron 5 and the NES Advantage, which works quite well, actually. So, thanks again, Mark, and thank you to Pac-Man and, well, his new friend. It's the Pac-Man Collection! Highly recommended. As you see, you can continue, and there's just so many different ways to play this version of the game. I am but a young Jedi waiting to learn the secrets of slaughtering Jar Jar and then Pac-Man. As always, thank you for watching. Classic Game Room is on Patreon. Classic Game Room Barware is at classicgameroom.com. And my books, Surf Panda, Jesus the Coked Up Chicken #2, and Retro Megatrex are on Amazon.com.